people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not day off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, Mayegun don't come, Mayegun diary politico, Mayegun don't come, this man. Mayegun la wa mo la mo do. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good afternoon to you once again. Good evening to you, and good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Facebook, YouTube, Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
One true emperor. We salute, sir.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers all over the world, including myself. You're welcome.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún diary, Máyégún number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Máyégún today. Máyégún number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
So let's start this way. Somebody phoned into a program that Peter Obi was the guest, and that caller called from northern Nigeria. The question and the answer. Let's start with that.
0700 903 903 903. Voice of People 1.3. Hello, how are you?
Good morning. I'm greeting Mr. Obi.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm one of the concerned northerners. I came from North, and we have a question, and I'm very happy that my call went through this morning.
Thank you.
Yes, our concern is that, Peter Obi, what we are late, and I want you to just clarify something for us, that you have never in one time condemned the activity of IPOB. You have never condemned them, and sometimes if you are even speaking like you are trying to, justify their activities. So I just want you to come out and categorically tell us your position on IPOB.
Whoever tells you that is not telling you the truth. What I've always said is this, and I maintain that One is that I've watched killings in the East and everything, and that you cannot kill or do wrong things because you agitate. It is wrong, it's criminal. Any day, any time I condemn it. On any form of, you cannot say you are agitating and you're killing people. It is unacceptable. It is not acceptable. If you want to do what I'm saying, that when people talk about agitation, it is a different thing. We can deal with all those things by dialogue. Today, if Tinubu is president, I can tell you, our dialogue with all agitators. This is the normal thing in a normal society, in a democratic society. But I will not discuss with criminals. If you kill or kidnap or maim people, we will deal with you decisively. And I've done it in Anambra as a governor. I dialogue with those who needs to be dialogued, and I dealt with those who needs to be dealt with. Go and check it in Anambra State. When I came kidnapping, everything was everywhere, and I dealt with it head on. That's how it is done. You don't go and mix, say, a Sunday who is talking about agitation. You can call him.
That's the part. I know. If you want to watch the full video, just search for, Seni Rufai is the interviewer. But there is more. Partly is right, though politicians will say anything and everything in this season just to convince you that they have plans. But there's another thing he said, just before we get fully into this. IPOB was talking about restructuring. And I think this is the part. Hang on.
I don't want to, for me, Father Mbaka is an ordained priest.
That's for the Father Mbaka. I want to share that part of restructuring.
Two, I don't want to make comment about other presidents.
Right.
Will you take it back to the former old regional system where the center doesn't have power and it's about the regions?
No. When you talk about restructure, you're talking about state police. Yes. We need state police.
So the first thing you do, you tell the National Assembly you need state police, right?
Not just that I need state police. Every governor will be in charge of his police, even the national one. If we take a police commissioner in a state, the governor will be in charge. If he doesn't want the police commissioner, he will go. That has been done in Nigeria before. It's not going to start now. Under Obasanjo and Yaradua, I was able to change my police commissioners.
So restructuring in the sense of funds allocation, would you allow states control their resources? Like if there's oil under my ground,
you see, this thing has to be gradual. Yeah. Of course. I said I moved Nigeria from, remember I said I moved it from sharing formula to production formula. They're not going to be done overnight. There are things that will be gradual. There are things you can do immediate. There's no reason why a state governor should not be in charge of security and hold him responsible. Even if you're going to give him federal police and he has state police, a combination of two of them, because security is very, very critical. We must secure the country.
Okay, so
and it will be immediate.
Because I'm straight.
Restructuring, and he narrowed it down to security. And then when he was asked about resources, like, would you let people, regions control their resources? He gave a brilliant answer when he said it's going to be gradual. That is politicians for you. Maybe it is too early, right, to judge, especially somebody now who is now talking about it. People said they are tired of what the current Nigeria has become, that has exposed the indigenous people to different arms, different attacks, economical and terrorist attack. And they couldn't do anything because they are part of Nigeria. At this point, people are now like, no, we are done. We don't want to be part of this anymore. No, we will never be part of this anymore. So politicians, the ones from PDP, APC, they are preaching unity. They are preaching money. We'll give you money. Don't worry. You'll be fine. We'll give you food. But somehow, one of them has been able to come out, apart from Omo Yellow, who outlined what he believed could still bring back the Yorubas who want to do a republic and the Biafrans who want a Biafra. He said, get rid of this system first. And then you can have an opportunity of having a conversation, a dialogue, Showore said. But with these criminals who are the owners of Nigeria, it will never happen. Now, look at Peter Obi. To him, he believes that, well, it will be gradual, right? But that gradual, that time, is what politicians want you to give, in which, like I said, it may be too early to judge him. You can give him a few more times, and then you can scrutinize whatever he has as his own plan on restructuring, as he mentioned it. And regionalism, as it was asked. But why are people interested in living? Why, especially the Yorubas? Why are they interested? At least Tinubu is there. Why can't they just rally around Tinubu and get presidency? It is not about who is in the political office. It is what they have done to us, even when they are holding those political offices, right? Yorubas are still in charge of Yoruba land as we speak. Well, this is one of the reasons why Yorubas want to leave. We want to go.
The life, Baba English buruku. Tí sọ́jà bá débẹ̀ kò lè dúró. Àwọn yẹn sọ yí pé àwọn yẹn wà kí wọ́n sá. Tí sọ́jà bá débẹ̀ sẹ́ kò lè dúró. Wọ́n gbé English jáde normal. Ọlọ́run ló sá save èmi gan níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ta fi rescue ẹni tó wà nílẹ̀ yẹn, ẹni yẹn ò lè mímọ́ gan. So asa gbé sí àárín machine. Wọ́n gbé lọ sí hospital kan ní Òtù. So àwọn machine kọ̀ọ̀kan wà nílẹ̀ tẹ́ pé àrígbé pé àṣà wà ní kásá rescue àwọn èèyàn náà. Ìgbà tí a sún sísàlẹ̀ náà díẹ̀, a ti rí ìkànnú àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n ti lé débẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe léṣe pa àwọn kíkì machine ni. So wọ́n ti bó gan tí wọ́n ti sá gbogbo ojú ẹ̀ bàjẹ́ báyìí. Wọ́n ti sàbàjẹ́. Àṣà try a rescue ẹnìyẹn. Táyẹn bá rí fídíò yẹn lórí WhatsApp, fídíò ẹnìyẹn ni mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe first. Tọ́lẹ̀ ní tó wà lẹ́yìn tí bá ní kọ́kọ́ ṣe fídíò rẹ̀ yóò kù. Mi ní ilé attempt kankan lẹ́yìn pé ká gbé kó mẹ́. So bí mo ṣe rescue ẹnìyẹn mo sáré ṣe fídíò pé kọ́ máa gbé ẹnìyẹn náà lọ síbi wọ́n gbé ẹni aláwọ̀kọ́ yẹn lọ ní Òtún bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn náà ni. So ìgbà tí a wá kúrò láàrin yẹn, even ihun tọ́lọ́run padà fi yọ àwa tó wọ́n padà camp àwa tá a safe àwọn yẹn padà camp wa síbẹ̀ yẹn. Àwọn tí mo lè pé wọ́n camp wa gan tó àwọn kan ti lọ sí ọ̀nà ẹnugbọ́ tí wọ́n ti lé àwọn yẹn lọ. Wọ́n tó 100 pẹ̀lú ammunition lọ́wọ́, ìbọn, ọ̀pá, àdá, ọfà, pẹ̀lú òkò gidi, pẹ̀lú àáké. So wọ́n ti camp wa. So asa try láti penetrate. So ihun tọ́lọ́run tó wá fi save wa ni pé àwọn OPC àtàwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn àwọn kan ti pè wọ́n láàrin wa pé tọ̀ àwọn tó wà ní tòsí mẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n dé làwọn tó ráyè kó láàrin yẹn Ọlọ́run fi save ẹ̀mí tiwa gan ó lágbára. So nígbà tá a wá kúrò ní ibẹ̀ yẹn a ní láti lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní Òtù tí wọ́n gbé lọ sí hospital. Ìgbà tá a débẹ̀ a bá wọn lóòótọ́ wọ́n ti ń tọ́jú wọn. Àwọn tí wọ́n wá gbé wọn lọ, àwọn ta ní kó fi máa sì gbé wọn lọ tí wọ́n dúró tì wọ́n. A béèrè wọn pa àwọn nǹkan, wọn láwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n arrest wọn. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n arrest ẹni tó gbé yẹn wá sí hospital. Kí ló dé? A ní láti lọ sí station. Àwọn yẹn bá tẹ arrest ńkọ́, wọ́n ní àwọn Fúlàní ọ̀gá àwọn Fúlàní pé àwọn wípé àwọn yẹn wá lọ́wọ́ àtáàkì àwọn nǹkan. Fún kí ni? Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn tó ṣe léṣe ni? Ẹ rí Fúlàní tẹ lè mú pé Fúlàní lọ bá yé Yorùbá jẹ́ báyìí, Yorùbá dẹ̀ lẹ́yìn náà tẹ́ ń dẹ̀ sọ. Wọ́n ní àwọn fẹ́ béèrè bọ́rọ̀ sí jẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ni nǹkan.
Apologies to my viewers who don't understand Yoruba. I will try my best to interpret what that young man reported there. That happened in Okeogun, in Yoruba land, when hundreds, as they reported, hundreds of these Fulani terrorists with different kinds of guns. That's the kind it's called English guns. And they attacked their community, Okeogun. When the young people regrouped and decided to go back and go after them, they got faced with even stronger firearms in that same forest in Okeogun. Many of them sustained injuries. Those who were trying to escape in the first attack, who still got attacked, macheted, and then butchered like anything. So they managed to take some of them to the hospitals for treatment. And while they were back in their community, again to regroup, all right? Oh, hang on. While they returned back to the hospital to check on those who were wounded, they said that the Nigerian police, they have arrested those who brought them. That is, the people who brought the injured. According to him, when these Fulani terrorists surrounded them, at some point, some OPC members, Amotekun members, some of them alerted the OPC and Amotekun, and they joined them. When they joined them, they were able to help the community to repel the terrorists back into the forest. Now, after escaping from there, they decided to visit the injured in the hospital. When they got there, they said the police came and they've arrested those who brought the injured. Why? They said the leaders of the Fulanis in Okeogun and some other part of Yoruba land, that they called the authority and accused the people of Okeogun, the young people there, staging an attack on the Fulanis in the forest. Ridiculous, isn't it? That's exactly what people are facing. This is the reality that if you see any young person or old person telling you that Yorubas are going, this is just one of them. So when people ask that we should be able to, we should protect ourselves, not that we are so incapable of protecting ourselves, but protecting ourselves against the marauders is against the settings of or the arrangement of the people in power in Nigeria, the government. That is why that reporter was saying that they were shocked that we are the people from Okeogun. Our community got attacked. You have seen those injured. You can see them here in the hospital. Then the people who attacked us in our community reported us to you, and you came here to arrest those who brought the injured. Are you not a Yoruba man? And they said, well, we just wanted to question them, to ask them what happened. Number one, the police didn't come to protect the community. The military didn't come to protect the community. Nobody really came until when an SOS call was placed to Amotekun. And the same Amotekun, in the face of Nigeria law, they are not different from Olopa. We're talking about policemen who work with sticks. And this is a body set up by law in Yoruba land. All Yoruba states agreed to set up this security outfit. And the reason why they set them up was to tackle the increasing Fulani terrorism in Yoruba land. Most of these terrorists don't even speak English. They said, those who have come across them said, these terrorists speak French. Nigeria don't speak French. But the terrorists terrorizing our people in the forest, majority of them, who are all from this Sahel, as we have been told, brought in and welcomed by those who are the local ones, who are the Fulanis, who have been in Nigeria for a while. Now, it is now the collaboration of, or let me say, the nest of terrorism. So we said, let's set up a security outfit since they have already overwhelmed, or the Nigerian security outfit have been compromised. If you go after, if your community is attacked, in the middle of the night, during the day, if you are attacked, if the young people in that community come together, harm themselves, and decide to go after their assailant, the terrorist, when they are regrouping, that is the moment the military will show up, the police will show up, and they will start arresting the people who just got attacked. They will start arresting them. That is their own way of dousing the tension. So the terrorists are just back there in the forest, waiting for the next time to strike. So this is why people are like, how can we continue to be part of this Amotekun that you set up? That they said Amotekun cannot carry ammunition. The Nigerian military is, by their law, allowed to carry automatic rifles, AK-47 rifles, by law. As a citizen or any paramilitary and others, you are not allowed to carry that. I think their policemen are also allowed to carry the same thing. They should have the people they are allowed to carry all those automatic rifles. You know what I mean? But the terrorists who need no law, or clearance from anybody. They have RPG. Terrorists in Nigeria, Fulani terrorists, and all this gang of terrorists who have enveloped Nigeria today. These guys have the capacity to shoot down military fighter jets. Can you believe that? Yes, they have the capacity. At a point, they had the capacity, and they had this, surface to air rocket launch and all that they could use to shoot down Boko Haram. When they saw that it was the security threat for him, what did they do? Boko Haram's government had to go and pay the terrorists in order to buy back the weapon from the terrorists. That's how armed they are. Now, the Yorubas who have come under attack for years now, and their media continue to downplay it. We are not allowed to even harm the legally constituted security outfits. So when they asked Peter Obi about restructuring, I'm going to replay that because I want to hold him word for word going forward, right? We're not allowed to arm ourselves, and if you ever try to fight back, you will be arrested and you will be treated as a terrorist. And guess what? The terrorists themselves, they are just free to do whatever they like. Yeah, they do whatever they like whenever they like. So Peter Obi on restructuring.
Will you take it back to the former old regional system where the center doesn't have power and it's about the regions?
No. When you talk about restructure, you're talking about state police. Yes. We need state police.
So the first thing you do, you tell the National Assembly you need state police, right?
Not just that I need state police. Every governor will be in charge of his police, even the national one. If we take a police commissioner in the state, the governor will be in charge. If he doesn't want the police commissioner, he will go. That has been done in Nigeria before. It's not going to start now. Under Obasanjo and Yaradua, I was able to change my police commissioners.
So, restructuring in the sense of funds allocation, would you allow states control their resources? Like if there's oil under my ground.
You see, this thing has to be gradual. Yeah. Of course. I said I moved Nigeria from, remember I said I moved it from sharing formula to production formula. They're not going to be done overnight. There are things that will be gradual. There are things you can do immediate. There's no reason why a state governor should not be in charge of security and holding responsible. Even if you're going to give him federal police and he has state police, a combination of two of them, because security is very...
There's nothing you can do without security. For many of you who probably don't even understand what an election should be, you should all be asking yourselves that what is it that you want to take from the election? Normally, if we have an election here in the UK, we'll be having we have to discuss what is it that you want out of this election cycle, right? And then you begin to look for the candidate, the political party that aligns with that your own wish. But in Nigeria, it is money, money, and money. And that is why we call it a pure waste of time. Do you know why Peter Obi will be everywhere, talking to everyone and all of that? And indeed, it is a movement right now, we can say. It's because it would have to do times 10 of what the likes of Tinubu and co will need to do to even manage, to be able to even get a significant votes to show that, oh yeah, for the effort. Because for all the talks, which should have been the base for any election, but in Nigeria, that is not it. It's about money, isn't it? So I would have wanted to actually look into what does Tinubu have when it comes to the same question: restructuring, state police, regional system of government. How do you deal with the people who are fed up with the system? And in a democracy, should they be killed and gunned down? Of course, I think I will know the answer from the likes of Tinubu. I mean, you saw what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. All the same will happen again and again, which is once you choose your poison, right? You just have to wait and die your slow death, and you can't complain, or they can bring it so quick and faster for you. That's exactly the logic of the likes of Tinubu. Unfortunately, many of you are going to be the victims. Their victim are currently jumping up, comparing your oppressors and your elections. No substance, no nothing. What is it all about? It is all about Emilokon, isn't it? Nigeria is a falsely and fraudulently forced together contraption, something that it's never in your own interest, like I say all the time. If you have a chance of scrutinizing those who are going to be promising you heaven and earth this day, I bet most of you will be asking them about how are you going to give us jobs? How are you going to do? I mean, we want jobs, we want food, we want this and that. You are likely never going to be able to ask them to explain how are they going to even a bit of what they will be promising you. Same thing with Peter Obi. It's an excellent, it's an excellent guest. If you have him on your platform where you can talk about numbers and throw numbers and around, and he's a complete gentleman, you say, but you'll be deluding yourselves if you think that is actually what it's going to take to turn around a system. Listen, a system that is rigged enough that today you are battling yourselves to choose between octogenarians and septuagenarians, demented, senile men, people who have nothing much else to offer you in your life. And that is that. I mean, that's to tell you that they will get it seamlessly because it is a rigged system, unfortunately. And that's why we opted out and said, well, voters' apathy, staying out of the old charade is in fact your right as well. But Peter Obi says something, which is that agitation, something led people to say they don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. And let me tell you something. It is not because of hunger. It is not because of corruption only. There's more. It is primarily when people have discovered that being part of Nigeria is you ignorantly accepting to be a second-class citizen in a supposed place that you should call your own country. A place whereby you have been stereotyped, profiled, and you can only get to wherever you want to get based on who you are and where you come from, and possibly the religion you actually you take. It is a textbook definition of a fraud, a lie. That when they say one Nigeria, you begin to feel like, really. And that is why many of us believe that if the system has pushed us to that point of saying we have been reduced to second-class citizens in a supposed place that should be our own country, to the point that we are being told to learn how to live with our own killers, and right before our eyes, we are watching them trying to use the instrumentality of the states, right, to further segment us and take over what is our own ancestral, lands. All the things that really connects us to who we are being chased out of those places, and they are using their law, their one Nigeria, one united, their Nigeria, and the rest of that to keep us under this bondage. And in no time, we will lose everything. That's the right thing to say. So people have discovered that. And there are people who don't want to live under that arrangement, but there are still people who want to continue to enjoy under that arrangement. And that is where we have all the mixed up. Because as we speak today, yeah, many young people who have disconnected with this system on its own, many of them today have found Peter Obi. I've said that before. They have found Peter Obi as a bridge, a kind of a bridge for them to bridge all of their own anger over all their oppressors and get to a new world, something that they believe that the sacrifice an election will give to them. So to them, Peter Obi is the light. And some of them will be wondering, why don't you just let us all do this? Some are even saying that Mayegun is already supporting Peter Obi. I am not as daft as many of you. Listen, and it is not an insult. I'm not as daft and emotionally, an emotional wreck as many of you. I don't follow bandwagon. And the reason why I'm actually talking about this again tonight is because your man was asked a very, very, very important question. And his statement, which will remain here and from here onward, is that, it is wrong. It is so wrong to send soldiers, to send guns, to send DSS after citizens who have disconnected with the way the system is being run. Let me show you something. One of the things that Peter Obi said that kind of explain why people are no longer interested in this frauderia. Even you, who are Peter obedient, some people are already calling you disobedient and all that, but obedient supporters. You are disconnected with this system. You want to do away with PDP, you want to do away with APC, and you believe that a new Nigeria is possible through your Peter Obi. But Peter Obi understand that there are many people who believe that election is not going to resolve it. They will rather wait and participate in a referendum where they can actually choose if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. But he actually said it better here. Let me show that to you.
In the enterprise called Nigeria. And they think that if they go to another place, it will be better. Nobody has built Nigeria. Nobody has made it work. If people make it work, everybody will be happy. And that's our future. And why am I spending this time with you? I want you people to change it.
Wow. So that means they're looking up to us to make the change.
Yeah. That is really an eye-opener.
This is Michael Stevie. I am...
Sorry, I think I didn't cover the most part of what he actually said there. He was talking about that they know it. Nobody built anything. I mean, nobody built Nigeria. Nobody built the people. Nobody invested in you. You know it. The politicians, people are not asking for too much. When you invest in your people, the people flourish. When the people flourishes, right, then it will show out there in a country, and you can tell, like, wow, when I got to that place, wow, they are, the economy is fine and all of that, but they are what? They are looting everything they can get from you, and they are telling you that you need to be patriotic, you need to be honest, you need to pray for Nigeria, you need to be this and that. And I ask you, it's been 62 years of creation of Nigeria. 62 years. And 3 years out of that used in carrying out ethnic cleansing, a program in eastern Nigeria, Biafra, where they killed over 5 million people. All to keep this contraption together, right? And in that 62 years, Nigeria has no dependable public general hospital that can meet any standard in any part of the world as at today. 62 years. 62 years. Nigeria as a country and the oil-producing country in 62 years cannot refine our own crude oil. They have to rely on importation of their own refined crude. For 62 years of Nigeria existence, you can still see today not a single university, not a single school in that country, can say, oh, we will compete with any other Ivy League or whatever all over the world genuinely, because gradually and gradually they destroyed all of that. 62 years, you are still pushing about abandoned Chinese locomotive trains, celebrating them, cutting tapes on them, and guess what? In 62 years, the giant of Africa cannot even defend our own citizens, cannot protect our own citizens. The soldiers are not different from you. The only difference between Nigerian soldiers and yourselves is the gun he is carrying. You have to, an average terrorist who have enveloped every part of Nigeria, every one of you, Nasufayo. You know, when you are watching all these Chinese films, right? You know, all this, and then you see hundreds and thousands of Sufayo fighting one man of, you know what I mean? And they just never end. Sufayo, they just butcher them and all of that because they keep coming and keep coming. Thank you very much. Sorry, I got something there. One sec. Yeah, it's got a message on it. Can Uzo Mayegun Peter B is a great candidate for hypothetical Nigeria where unicorns exist and there is 24-hour light supply, not in the Boko Haram infested SO. I get that. Where free speech, no day and Fulani rule. 62 years, you have no electricity. 62 years. So now, in 62 years, rather than become a great place, a great country with great people who love the country, who love themselves and all of that, we are now refugees in another country, running away. So if you now ask me, who is patriotic, who is not patriotic? Is it all those your leaders who have been in charge one time or another for 62 years? Okay. Are they the ones who are more patriotic and they bequeath this wrecked and then a wrecked and wretched country to you? Are they the ones that are more patriotic, but you, their citizens, are the ones who are not patriotic? Or what happened? Someone somewhere, some people somewhere have been unpatriotic. Look at the Nigeria they gave to you for 62 years. Divided, broken, broke, poor, depressed, recessed. What else can I use? What other adjective can I use? 62 years. Look at that sorry state of a country. So are you the one who is patriotic or are you the one who is not patriotic? So now, when the citizen says we are done with this false arrangements, what do? You dialogue with them. That is what Peter Obi said. You don't shoot them. You don't kill them. If I've said that to myself, I said, we have seen the government of Nigeria became or unleashed violence on people who says we are done. Give us referendum. We are not interested in Nigeria again. We want Biafra. We want to do a nation. We are done with this. Even those of you who said you NSAS, end this, end that, you are dancing there for 21 days. So what did they do to you? They brought out their guns. And it is meant to be a democracy. These are the people who are saying, no, we don't want this. Don't treat us like that. This Nigeria, this is our country. Even today, when you go about, you say, this is my country. Nobody is more Nigerian than the other. Oyinbolo so ask those who did that during NSAS. They said that nobody can intimidate us. This is our country. Nobody is more Nigeria than more Nigeria. They said this and that. But it's meant to be a democracy where people say, no, we don't want this anymore. We want Yoruba nation. We want Biafra. That does not mean that you should kill them. But Nigerian government unleashed violence on them. We saw that they massacred, they killed, and they kidnapped they kidnapped thousands. Thousands are still languishing in different of their jails all over Nigeria today, simply because they came out to express their displeasure with the system. So Peter Obi said, in a normal place, you have to dialogue with them. But if you see any of them or anybody committing crime in the name of that struggle, you should not mix it up. But because Nigeria is a crime scene, Nigeria government and the criminals in government in Nigeria, they need an excuse to kill you. Even though you are the one who is still going to carry placard, carry banner, carry this and that, campaigning for them. When they get the power and they begin to trample upon you and you want to complain, then they send the military, send the police after you, they brutalize you, dehumanize you, and then, oh no, then you come out and be like, God, why? I mean, I'm just saying, you dialogue. If people commit crime, deal with that. People can choose to protest from January to December. Yes, there are people that can do that on different causes. But in Nigeria today, the easiest way to get killed is to stand up and say something is wrong in this society. In Nigeria today, you'll get killed. So 62 years. Now, what do you have to show for it? How old are you? If you are just 25, 23, or 20, or 20, or 30, even if you are just 30 years old, who told you that, or who is deceiving you? That will make Nigeria great is your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to make Nigeria great, because the owners of Nigeria don't want Nigeria to be great. And it's sad that many of you will find out later. I know many of you have been, you have been sort of, you've been called out enough to say, yeah, you have challenged us. We are the obedient and we will do whatever you know what I mean? We caught one of their meetings in Calabar today that somebody shared. One of the meetings of the obedient in Calabar, just briefly.
For those of you that said there is no structure for Labour Party, this is the structure for Labour Party. The Nigerian youths and Nigerians are the structure. So if you have not joined the movement.
So nobody say we know the seal now, but it is also part of the experiment. Maybe now at the same time, everybody will just realize and come to that reality, and then maybe you'll be more angrier because they know right now that you are angry. Oh, Nigerian youths are angry. Nigerian youths are angry. At the same time, Nigerian youths are hungry. Kolu returned today. Take a look at these pictures, right? Kolu returned today. And before I even do that, okay, which one should come first? Okay, I think it's this. Listen to this. You may not understand the Yoruba very much, okay? These kids, their own mother got killed during the Owo attack. Yeah, I'm so happy today that after this video came out, there have been so many people who have responded. And in fact, they've offered to help the children, right? Because they are now orphaned. The terrorists who killed over 100 people inside our church, they have left the trauma. Well, let me say they have left the families of the victims with the trauma that will likely never leave them. But just for a moment, before I show you that, yes, Nigerian youths are angry. At the same time, they are hungry. But first, this.
Presently at the where in FMC?
Mortuary inside of Express.
Okay. And where is your dad?
My dad is dead already.
When?
16.
December
12, 2016.
Your father died.
Yes.
And who has been taking care of you?
My mom.
And what was she doing?
She's selling goods like provision.
Okay.
She's selling provision. So, àtìgbà yẹn ṣá dáàdì ṣá mọ́ èmi ṣá struggle láti láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́ àjẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n ti kú báyìí kò sẹ́ni bọ́ọ̀dì tó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ mọ́ àwọn ló tọ́ wa lọ sùkúù àwọn ló tọ́ wa bùn lọ sùkúù tó àtìgbà yẹn kò sí ìkọ̀kọ̀ ìgbà tí báyìí ti kú báyìí kò sẹ́ni bọ́ọ̀dì tó máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ àyè bàbá àyè ìyàwó.
It's just, I don't mean to upset you, any one of you right now. I don't mean to upset you. I'm just trying to let you just see a little bit of what losing one person in your family to the cold arm of terrorists that just gunned them down.